Alright, today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting my 2000 Isuzu Rodeo that I picked up 2.5 years ago for $1,600. It was originally painted white and I'm not a fan of that in the least, so I painted it black real quick and it turned out just fine, but it has lasted me 2.5 years and done real well, so I want to start treating it a little nicer, so I'm going to spend $75 and give it a new paint job. These are the main things I'm going to be using. I'm obviously not spending a lot of money, so I got a sanding block, I got some tape, I got the nice plastic covering, some inexpensive matte spray-on paint, and a little bit of primer for some crappy spots. I got a sand right here. So that part you can see where the emblem used to be on there, and I got rid of that. But I'm gonna sand everything down a little better this time, so the paint will adhere a little better. But remember, I'm doing an inexpensive job that's not gonna take 3 weeks. This is how I do it, is I rip off a bunch of these little pieces of tape and I just put them here so I can go like this. Because what I'm doing is I gotta put this plastic, I gotta hold it in place first before I go around and do a better job of taping it off. So I'll go around first time and get it in place with the holding these things, using these to hold everything in general where I want it to go. Like that. Then I'm going to go through and use long straight pieces of tape and get everything set up properly. So I've sanded it down as much as I care to do. I've taped everything off. And now I'm going to spray a little bit of this primer on there in the parts where you can see it's white, where it used to have the emblems on it. I'm going to spray primer on that. I'll spray primer up here where it wasn't smooth. Then I'm going to let that dry. Then I'm going to start putting a couple coats of paint on there. So now I have 2 coats of primer on the places I felt like putting it. I'll let that dry for a little while. I got a fan going. I'm gonna let it dry for a little while, then I'll put on the first coat of the blue paint that I'm using. Matte ink blue. I forgot to tell you, this is how I look when I'm sanding. That's 320 grit just to smooth it out. Not sure about this color.
I've been shaking the crap out of this spray paint.
All right, I have one coat on so far. Looks pretty decent. With the reflection though, the stripes look terrible, but that's after one coat. And it will be better in a little while. And then in Virginia, in July, for no reason, it rains.
Hey, my dad is done with painting the Isuzu Rodeo. Here's a before video and an after video. Peace out. Peace out.